Today we're going to show you the video instructions on how to install the new lock for the Cyclemate 1000, 2000, and the Cyclemate LTD. Before installation of the new lock, you'll want to remove the hooks from your two locks that you already have installed on your trailer. You will just leave the cylinders in place. Your lock assembly kit should come with the following: lock cylinder nut, star lock washer, lock spacer, spring, 2 1/4x20 2-inch carriage bolts, 4 nuts, 4 flat washers, 4 lock washers, lock plate, lock stud, a lock nut, T-handle lock, lock cylinder, a lock trip, 2 spacers, spring mount, lock catch, and 2 1/4x20 1-inch carriage bolts. The tools used to install the new lock kit: you'll need an 1 1/16 socket, a 1/4 drill bit, a 7/8 hole saw. You'll need a ratchet and 7/16 and 10mm socket, Loctite red or blue, preferably red, a grease pencil to mark any measurements, and a tape measure. The first step to installing a lock: you will need to get your tape measure and your grease pencil. You will measure from the edge of the trailer to the center, which is usually around 26 1/4 inches, and you will make your mark as shown vertically. Then, for those of you that do have the aluminum still, you will measure down 1 3/4 inches and you'll make your mark horizontally. For those of you that already have the bulb seal, you will just pull it up as shown and go from the edge of the trailer down 1.5 inches and make your mark. Okay, now that we have our marks made for the center of our lock, we're going to take your 7/8 hole saw and you're going to drill. Now, if you don't feel comfortable just putting it up there and drilling, mark with a smaller drill bit just to get you started. But always remember, when you go to do this, that it will catch. Now when it catches, be careful, because it tends to chip out the fiberglass. So be careful when you go to drill the hole with the hole saw. No, you're not supposed to. Go. Okay, now that we have the hole drilled, the next step of installing the lock, we have shown you'll need your lock, the lock cylinder, the lock spacer, the star lock washer and the nut, your 1 1/16 socket, and you may need a pair of pliers for this step as well. As you see on the lock cylinder, there's a gasket that has to be on there. You'll take your lock spacer and put it over the gasket as shown and insert the lock. Your next you will take the star lock washer, and sometimes you will have frays that come up. You just pull those off, no big deal. You'll put the star lock washer, take the nut, and it'll go on there. Now the thing you do need to remember is that when you do the lock, if it is not, because it does lock and unlock, that the lock, when you hold onto the cylinder, the lock must rotate to the right, just like that. Once you have that, you can go ahead and lock it, so that way you know it's going to be in that position. Then you will need to tighten down with your 1 1/16. You'll hold, obviously, with your hand on the front. You'll tighten it down. This is where the pliers may need to come into place to hold the lock, so that way you know you can get it tight. You don't want to over tighten it, because if you over tighten it, you may stress crack the fiberglass. And then check it, unlock it, and it should be straight up and down vertically and horizontally. Okay, next step to installing the new lock kit is you'll need your lock catch and a grease pencil. What you're going to do here is basically you're just going to make the marks. You make the marks for the holes for the bolts to go into. Okay, so you'll set your lock catch upside down just like that, and then you're going to take your grease pencil and you're going to basically just outline the inside of the hole, take away your catch. Now you're going to go to where this groove is on top, okay, and you'll take your grease pencil and you'll want to basically make a straight line as best as you can. I know that doesn't look very good, but you know, straight across, and then the marks that you did make will be for your center. So then you'll just come straight down on both of them like that.